Hello and welcome to Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. I am your tribal hostess and your transformational lifestyle coach, Paulette Rees-Denis. In this program, I enjoy bringing you these magical change-making entrepreneurs who are bringing healing, inspiration, and love to the world. My desire is to inspire you to step up more fully into your life, into your passions and your dreams, and continue to make beautiful change in our world. You be the change you wish to see. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy our deep and lively conversations. Blessings to you. Well, welcome everyone. Paulette Rees-Denis here. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. Today I bring you a woman from the East Coast, Rhonda Lee. And I'm really excited to share her with you, and she is a multi-passionate woman, otherwise known as DLOS, which means does lots of stuff. Or shit, depending on which way you want to look at it. But Rhonda, how are you, darling?
I am great. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show.
It's so fun to have you here. Awesome, awesome. Well, you have, and I see it behind you, a beautiful little bottle of smokeless smudge, which is one of your new products, or I don't know, maybe it's not so new.
It's not so new. I've been in production for about 5 years.
Okay.
And it's the smokeless smudge. And it's my signature product. It's the only physical product that I offer. Everything else is services, but that is my only physical product. Yes.
Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Well, I am multi-passionate. I do have a lot of loves and have tried to connect everything together as best I can. Essentially, honestly, I consider myself to be an energy junkie.
Awesome. Love it.
I've been a Reiki master for 20 years, more than 20 years at this point. I think it's been a long time, and have always been in love with energetics and influenced by that in my life, and have studied a lot of things. Have had a lot of wonderful teachers. And plus I also brought about my physical product, Spirit Mist Smokeless Smudge. Was never intending on making that. It kind of made itself, and I work for it, and I'm also
through you.
Yes. It's the boss. I just do what it tells me. It really is. Awesome. And I'm also a professional laughter yoga leader. And and several hats, but it all ties together at the end of the day. Everything ties together into energy and clearing your energy, and that's what I teach people to do. If I'm not serving them in the capacity of being a speaker, teaching stress management, I've done that for over 20 years. All of that still ties together with your personal energy field, and teaching you how to maintain your energy, and what you can do to send out and what you can do to protect, and bringing more to yourself with your energy. And so, I'm a junkie. I admit it. I love it. Always have. Just, I came this way. So.
Well, you're just very in tune. I mean, we all have that, but some are more empathic than others. Would you call yourself an empath?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I am an empath. I'm also clairsentient from birth, which has led to a very interesting life.
And maybe some of our listeners don't know what that means. So what does clairsentient mean?
Well, clairsentient is clear senses. And I know that some of the other clairs are more widely known, like people hear of clairvoyant, which is clear vision, and you actually have visions. And clairsentient kind of encompasses all of it. And, as it goes a little beyond being an empath. And so I didn't know everybody wasn't this way. I came in this way. I didn't know, so it wasn't something that, it took me to adulthood to figure it out, even though I was raised in a supportive home and all of that. I still took me a long time to, the clairsentient is that I was taking on other people's sensations at times, physically, sometimes you see things like you can, psychometry is a part of that. And I don't really like practice these things. It's just my life. It's just ingrained in me. So like I can see a picture and understand things beyond what is being said with the picture.
And I totally understand that. When I was practicing massage therapy, I totally, I had to really learn how to put up my barriers. So because I would pick up everybody's stuff too.
Yeah, I said that's it. Like this stuff, spirit mist. I didn't create that for nothing, because I use it. I've had to learn, and even going through life as as a adulthood and stuff, when I started realizing the things that I pick up, because I've gone through things that people didn't tell me about, obviously, and I would have like physical sensations. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. That with family members, I would flat out start asking. I'm like, are you feeling this, or is it me? So I can differentiate during the early years, trying to figure out where that was. So it did make for a very interesting childhood.
And does anyone in your family also have those, or are aware of their abilities?
Yes, on both sides, absolutely. My mother's side of the family, they are. I lean towards the intuitive aspect. That they just. I feel that they are heart-centered, guided, intuitive. On my father's side of the family, well, he was flat out just, I would say, psychic as all get out. We just bypass the intuitive. I mean, just really. So, and I understand that some of both of my great grandmothers were, but it just wasn't really talked about. And it's not that I feel like people are really hiding things. Like I didn't talk about any of the stuff that went on with my life or whatever. It's because, like I said, I didn't know it was any different from anybody else. To me, we all have intuitive abilities, all of us. We all do. Sometimes we recognize it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes. So I didn't think of it as anything different. But yes, from both sides of my family, I kind of get it all the way around.
So when you work with people, do you teach them how to hook into those abilities? Is that one of your things, or you're just helping them to heal with their energy? And
a little of both. Like when when I take clients for Reiki, that's just me with, and them working with themselves or whatever, or them me being in the space. Because honestly, I don't do it. I'm just there, and that's them and me offering the support of my energy.
And maybe, let's just stop for a second. Maybe there's actually some people out there who don't really understand what Reiki is.
Oh, okay.
I've gone through levels 1 and 2 myself, but maybe how about describing that type of work?
Okay, Reiki is a beautiful, beautiful healing energy. I always liken it to the stress management aspects, because I've done so much of that, because I have my feet in a lot of worlds. To me, there's no differentiation. My clients are kind of global in their interest. So the belief system is that, in a relaxed state, the body can heal itself. And so whenever you go see, I do a lot of remote work, to be quite honest. But when you see a Reiki practitioner in person or even remotely, basically they are there to help assist you in letting your body relax. Now, when I work with people on my table, most of the time they go to sleep. They really do. And that's great. And that's fine. That they're receiving. It's allowing your body to let go of all the chatter. And basically I assist in just holding space for you. It can be done on or off the body. For those people that are not familiar with that, it is not a massage. There is no need for anyone to remove articles of clothing, because I know a lot of times some people are very concerned about that. They're very shy, and they won't go to a massage therapist or do anything like that because they don't want to remove articles of clothing. So, I mean, I get people from one spectrum to the other. So just to address that, so a Reiki practitioner will basically, they act as a channel for this loving, healing energy, this very gentle, it's not an intrusive type of energy at all. It's very gentle, and they allow it to basically, they become the vessel so that energy can come forward and be given to you, and your body takes what it needs to do with it and go, because your body's so amazingly smart that it'll put it where it needs to go. So if granted, say I might work on someone and I'm touching their hand, and I don't have to touch their hand. I could just have my hand above it, or I can send it from a distance. Well, their issue may not be in their hand. It might be, in their big toe. That healing energy will just guide through and go to where it needs to go, because your body is amazingly smart, and it'll take it and put it where it needs to go. So that's in a nutshell.
Right. And so that's just such a great thing to touch on. Your body is so smart. But so many of us, or so many people these days, don't listen to the body, and they don't allow the body to do the work it's here to do. They shut it down. They take, all kinds of medicine to stop things. And they don't find what's really going on. They don't listen. They're afraid to listen to themselves. They're afraid to tune in. I see that a lot, and I'm sure you do too. So, that's just one mode. Reiki is just one mode.
Yes.
Allowing the healing. Yeah.
And, and it's just, we're in just invaded actually on all angles all day long with stuff that's happening, and your body can't get to it, which is another reason why I love doing the laughter yoga, which is not actually a yoga position. Or you don't have to know how to do any postures or anything like that. Anybody can do it. If you can laugh, you can do it. But I've seen some of the greatest transformations with that. I mean, it'll clear your energy. To me, it's the ultimate meditation. It allows your body to, if you're focused fully into laughter, you can't really think about everything else. You are fully in the present moment, and amazing things happen just in that. And like I said, your body is so smart. When it's given the opportunity, your body can do so many things for you. It's amazing. So, I just kind of like to help show those abilities, showcase that, channel that through, be of assistance so people can live to their fullest using their energy and their power. It's not me. Yeah. I'm just there laughing with you. I'm just there helping you with that. It's all you. You get to do it all.
Yeah. It's so, we all need help. We all need someone to assist us sometimes, and to teach us, or to show us how to allow to let that flow. Right.
Absolutely.
I love my work too, as a coach, and also as a dance instructor. On so many levels, movement, momentum, and magic we create every day. That's so good.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So the barefoot artist.
Yes, that was a name I had used for, I've been involved with social media from the dawn.
Me too.
In the early years, I never wanted anyone to know me. I just kind of hid behind barefoot artist. And so I did artwork at that point. And I just, a cousin actually set up my very first, when was it? Whenever we started out on like the MySpace days, and I'm like, I don't want anybody to see me. I don't want anybody to know me. You can just put my stuff out there. I was just me kind of hiding behind barefoot artist. But then as things went on and progressed, and I started doing events and talking from, New York City to LA to coast, it kind of like ran its course. And so, I dropped barefoot artist and embraced my name and just went with it, because professionally I needed to do that. But yes, I still have like friends that, go back over a decade that I've been hanging out with, and know a lot of people in person from all of my travels and stuff, that, knew me from the barefoot artist days when I used that. So I think I finally took it off of most everything about 3 years ago. But it was hard to let go of that because there's a part of me that just like, you know, liked hiding behind that and just letting that go. But that it just really, it served its purpose for the time.
Nice, nice. And as an entrepreneur, so you've been working for yourself forever.
Yes.
Yeah. And what's been some of the hustle? What's been some of the hard stuff for you to put yourself out there as a healer and coach? What's been some obstacles?
Well, some of the hard stuff. Some of the hard stuff for me was like, you know, in the early years, I just wanted to be quiet. And then I you know, just wanted to do my work and then poof, you know, I would never, I'm the person that's always on the other side of the camera, which, you know, people that know me now are, if somebody would have told me I would make my living being on camera all the time, I would have told them that I was crazy, but I'm on camera all day long now. And, I, you know, there are years of my life that are not documented because I would hide from the camera. I was the person on the other side. So that from the earlier years was the hardest thing, is me being in front. Now I don't think about it at all. I learned to separate that out. My passion for what I do is just, it overrides all of that. So now I'm on camera all day and I'll do live videos and I'll, you know, go talk, and it's a different aspect of my personality. I had no problem standing on a stage and talking to people, you know, because I have my master's degree is in education. I've done that. I, you know, did performance arts. I've been on stages. That would be a different part of my personality. But as far as like being on camera, that would freak me out, as far as like photos being taken and things like that. So that in the early years, and, you know, but now it's just, I don't even think anything about it. I've just gotten used to it. But that was hard for me because, you know, I don't know. I liked the creative work on the other side better, to be quite honest. And I just really didn't want to be seen. But that was, you know, a decade ago. So I've gotten used to that. But, you know, I actually work with a lot of people that come to me with that, and, you know, they have issues with, they're afraid to be out there. And I want to give you one of my big secrets right now to share with everybody. A lot of people are afraid to be seen. And I share this. People are not looking at you. They're looking at your energy. And I have lived this for many, many years. It's not about you. It's about your energy. And that's like a big secret that I like to share with quite a few of the people that I work with that are trying to do videos, because I will take people that have never been on video before and I will put them out there, and we do it, you know, and let them ease into that. So I've had quite a few, you know, first timers to do interviews and videos with me. And I tell them, you know, that's not what they're looking at. Then to quit nitpicking yourself or worried about that. People are looking at the energy that you give out, and that is what they respond to. I've lived it. I know it. And it's amazing to see people blossom with that. But the hardest thing as an entrepreneur with that was being seen. And then I lived in an area that was not really as embracive as I would have hoped of what I was doing, even though they were more so than other areas as far as energy work and things like that in the early years. So it's been really beneficial to me to be able to go online and take that and have a much wider global audience. Has been, you know, my clients are everywhere. They're everywhere.
And how do you reach them?
Ma'am?
How do you reach them?
Oh, I reach them through social media. I love it. It has been, people complain, but not me. I love social media. I've made amazing friendships that are true, deep friendships, people I've traveled with, you know, over a decade long now. So it's word of mouth, you know, through social media, through people that have worked with me, and they send me other people, which is amazing.
Referral.
You know, and it's a great opportunity because it makes the world kind of small. and we're all so much more connected than people think we are. We're so connected together. So that social media has been a blessing to me. I love it.
I mean, most of my stuff is online now, and I have people all over the globe, and it is awesome. It's inspired. It boggles my mind, that we can connect that way, and that how powerful is that?
It's amazing. And I'll tell you, frequently I'll get people that are not online and that don't do a lot of things online, which is beautiful and fine.
Sure.
We grow wherever we plant, but a lot of times they'll say to me, Rhonda, I'm just so alone. Nobody is like me. And I'm like, well, yes, they are. Nobody does what I do. I'm like, well, yes, they do. There are people there, and we have this amazing ability now. To me, the age of information is a pretty damn exciting time to be alive. We have the ability to connect with people instantly, anywhere on the globe and so it's an amazing time. And I'm always telling people, you're not alone. There are so many people like you. You don't have to worry about it, and I'll send them because I like to connect. I love to connect. So I send people out in all directions all the time to find people like them that have similar interests, because I'm multi-passionate, have a lot of interests, and I can send in all kinds of directions. I have amazing friends everywhere. So, you're not alone. For people that are, watching this and they feel like, oh, nobody's like me. Yes, they are. There's tons of them. You have communities everywhere. It's a matter of just finding them.
Right. And stepping out a little bit, sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
To try something new, to experience something new. That's really great. I had a question and I just lost it. I don't know what it was. But I'm sure we can think of something else to talk about. No, so that's what it was. Do you have private groups or that you work with, or do you do group classes, or just curious a little bit more about what you, how you are of service?
Okay, I do offer private groups. I don't do many in-person ones these days. I do most of them online. However, I will be doing a retreat this year. I have promised. I have not done a live retreat in like 7 years. I just haven't. So I actually did a public event this year also with a book signing that I did. Also, I was published twice.
Yes, about your book.
Yes, I was able to co-author with 2 books that went to international bestseller status. So I was very excited about that. And so I did do some public book signings of that. And I usually, like my laughter yoga groups and stuff like that, when I offer them, I'm contracted out. So I haven't offered public ones in many years. I'm just busy doing contracted out work, private groups and stuff like that. But people can contact me for that. I do those online. And I also do those in person, because I speak, and I've done keynote speeches and things like that, of that nature, with the laughter yoga and with the Reiki and other classes I teach. They're usually predominantly online. I just find it to be easier that way. I'm more accessible to my audience and my clients. So if they sign up on my email list, they can find out information about when they can get involved with the group. And I don't have anything on the schedule for right now. That will be happening later this week. I've gotten a lot of requests, but we have had a lot of things to take care of in my personal life the past few months. So things have been on hold a little bit, but we're getting back up to steam and moving. So I'll be sending some things out. But I do, social media, you can find stuff. My YouTube channel, you can find stuff. There's always free stuff for everybody. And then, the email list is where they can find or contact me directly. Yeah, is where they can get that. So, yeah, I do a little bit of everything wherever it puts me at that time. I am at the point of life that I just have to follow the flow. And that has been the best for me, honestly, following the flow, being my life situation as a mother and and the travel that I do, I just follow the flow. And when I do have public things I come up, I let people know about them. So most of that, is online.
Cool. That's great. And just to be, having been in business long enough, for new business people, that staying in the flow isn't as easy as you would like it to be sometimes, because of all the back stuff you have to do, of all the getting the business started, the marketing and the sales. And but when you're already established and you really are out by word of mouth and referrals and just your online presence, to really allow yourself to be in that flow, to do the work that you're here to do, right? And isn't that just a beautiful place to be, when you don't have to worry about all that back stuff all the time?
Yes, it is. And it's a point that you have to get there. I don't say it to make it sound like it was just easy and I dropped into that. There was a lot of back stuff that got to me to that point of where I could be in the flow. But I will say, as my background as an artist and a creative individual, I've honed in on that, because you've heard of people talk about writer's block. You've heard about people talk about, the stop of their flow of creativity and things like that. Well, I've got a lot of experience in that with that other aspect of my life. So I've learned to harness it, that energy. When it's time for stuff to come through, you drop it and you do it while it's coming through, instead of trying to segment it out. Do the work. Sometimes for me, it might be a lot of late nights because the creative flow is on and I need to get it done, but then I can catch up in other areas. So it's learning how to utilize that flow when it happens. It's not like everything is just roses all the time. You learn to use it.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to that paying attention, to being super connected with yourself and aware, and aware what's happening, and being able to identify what's happening too. Sometimes you don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, what is that? But that's good. That's so beautiful. Anything else you'd like to share? Oh, well, show your book. Do you have your book in front of you?
Oh, actually, I do have one right here. This is the second one that just came out, Goodness Abounds. And so I'm a co-author. There's 365 stories in this, and this one did make an international bestseller on Amazon, and it was I forgot all the categories that it was in. The first book was called 365 Life Shifts, with the same group of people. That one made #1 in 8 different categories and became an international bestseller. So this opened up a whole new avenue for me. This fascinating to me is, for a lot of people, I learned more with this process than I can even tell you, but in the process of getting together and having a book in a physical aspect, even though you were one of many authors that put this together, it resonates so deeply with people to have a physical book in the day and age of everything being digital. This means volumes more than I could even say. So it broadened my reach and my audience. Yeah, it broadens your reach, and people have that. They feel like they've got this physically good part of you they can take with them. And so it lit up a whole new avenue of people with that. So that's been a lot of fun, and there'll be more of that stuff coming out. I have some of my other things that
do you like to write?
Ma'am?
Do you like to write?
Whenever it strikes me. I would not consider myself to be a writer, but whenever that particular energy and that flow comes in, it goes. So, and I just do it. So I had various different artistic realms that I work in, and so whenever one opens up, I just ride that wave. So am I always a writer? No, not a person that enjoys doing blogs or anything like that. It's not been my favorite thing. But the creativeness, I wouldn't necessarily say creativity, but the creativeness of allowing the written word to come out when it wants to come out, beautiful. But that's whenever it wants to be that wave for me to ride at that time.
Sweet. Love it. Well, congratulations on both of those books and your spray.
Yes, thank you.
Right, but all the work you do is so beautiful and so needed, right? And just for spreading that beautiful magic and that beautiful energy that you have. I mean, you're so lit up and so beautiful. It's so nice to see that, and to just to know that you're out there spreading that love and helping people and doing good work, doing really good work. It's great.
Thank you so much. I love people. Bottom line, yeah, I do. I love people, and I love for people to be lit up with what they can do for themselves. So they don't even remember, like, oh man, I can do this. My body is wise enough to do this for me. That's, I'm a junkie for that. I love it.
Well, it shows. It shows. Well, thank you, Rhonda, for being here. So fun to have you on the show and to share your passions. Really appreciate your time. And I'm so happy that we get to share you with our people out here in Heart and Hustle land. So thank you for being here. And thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Heart and Hustle, Visionary Healers, Movers, and Shakers. I am your transformational lifestyle coach, your movement motivator, your passionate inspirator. And you can check me out at www.paulettereesdenis.com. And I will attach all of Rhonda's information for you. And until we meet again, I'll just play my little song here. We can get a little groove on as we say goodbye. Gotta move that body. Yeah, right on. So thank you everyone for being here. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.